What's good, y'all? I'm Rich Sosa, and today, as y'all can see, I'm bringing y'all, yes, the two-way finisher, y'all. I am so excited. We finally have 2K21 out, y'all. I do not need to go in the demo and go back and forth closing applications to bring y'all these fire builds. So before we get into this video, if y'all are new, be sure to drop that sub button because all are welcome to join RGF, which is the Rich Gang family, y'all. Go ahead and drop a like on this video. Go ahead and help me out. I'm gonna give y'all 2 seconds. If not, you ain't a part of Rich Gang, bruh. But last but not least, share this video with your friends and let's get right into it, y'all. Now, the position we are going to pick, a two-way finisher, y'all. You could make this build out of multiple positions, but best, what I think is, if you want to focus on defending and finishing, you're gonna pick the shooting guard, y'all. Now, I know y'all are thinking you are probably gonna pick the one with half slashing and half defensive pie chart. Nope, y'all are gonna go ahead and pick the pie chart that has the pure red. That is the pure defensive pie chart, y'all. Now, for your physical profile, these physicals, I'm telling y'all, these physicals are so nice for this build. Like, you could literally pick any of these, and I feel like you will definitely be okay. But me personally, y'all already know I have a favorite physical pie chart out of these. You could even pick the fastest one if that's what you want to go for, but you do not necessarily need to. The one that I really enjoy going for is the one that's going to have a little bit of everything. And that's going to be the one that has the 86 speed, the 85 acceleration, and around the 90 vert. But look at this one right here too. 80 speed, 79 acceleration. That's not a bad one either. But I feel like this one is a lot better because the strength, when you put your weight up, is going to make a huge difference, y'all. So now we're going on to the stats, y'all. So what I did, first of all, I went to go ahead and maxed out both of my rebounds, my interior, and my perimeter, y'all. I left my lateral steel block just as is. No, I actually left my steel and block only as is. And now, I'm not going to leave it like this, y'all. I'm just saving for some space, just in case, I want to check out what this build looks like. So I went ahead and maxed out my close shot, driving layup, and driving dunk. And look at those, all above 80s, y'all. That is beautiful. And my shooting, now, I know my three-point isn't great, but the midi is not bad for this build, y'all. And I wanted to see right here, is it worth it to put anything on your playmaking at all? And you only get 12 playmaking badges when you max out that category. So I was like, what? I'm using way too many attributes for that category, so I might as well put it into my shooting. And look at it, y'all. So we still don't have any badges for the shooting yet, but you still have the stats for that too. And you could always adjust to how you please, y'all. That is the thing about this, but you could adjust the things how you want and you will still get the two-way finisher name. Now, I'm going back to my defensive stats, and right here I put my steal and block up all the way because, I just feel those are the two most important stats, and the reason why I left them out was because I already got a good amount of badges for the other categories. Now, I lowered my steal right here because, your steal really isn't going to be too crazy. I mean, 2K nerfs steals all the time, and they make it really tough to get steals. But this is going to be a lockdown build, so think about it. When you have takeover, you're going to have a plus 10 to your steal, y'all. So you're going to have a 97 steal. So there's really no point in having 2 extra attributes for that. So I feel like you'll be perfectly fine. But the bad setup that I went for this build turned out to be 11, 5, 1, and 30. And I feel like that's really balanced, y'all, especially for this kind of build, because you could definitely hit middies with this build. It just depends on what you put the height and everything. But, you could also make it this way to where you get 14 finishing, and then you also get, pretty much just no shooting. But it really just comes down to preference, y'all. And if y'all want to do that, by all means, go ahead. By all means, do it. It's completely fine. Right here, I have 45 badges. But for me personally, I just don't feel like that's best all around. So what I went ahead and did was right here, I was trying to manipulate the numbers and then see what I could do to actually get more shooting badges. And the max that you're only going to get out of this build is going to be 5. But that's really not bad considering the fact that you're still going to have a pretty good midi out of this build. And I feel personally that the shooting badges would make much more of a difference rather over the playmaking. But you could also unlock all the dribble moves at 70 ball handle if you guys want to put that ball handle up. It's really up to preference, but I feel like best overall for this build would be 11 finishing, 5 shooting, because that's the least you could get. But that doesn't take away from the fact that we get max, yes, max defensive badges at 30, y'all. Now, This build, you could either make it at 6'7" or 6'8", y'all. So I'm gonna show y'all both versions of it. Me personally, if I want somebody to make this build to run with me, I would tell them 6'8", because look it, right now you have a 74 interior, but look what happens when you go 6'8", put up your weight. For some reason, your perimeter does not go crazy low, so you're gonna have a plus 90 interior and perimeter in lockdown takeover, y'all. And look at 76 speed, 76 strength, 74 excel, and 83 vertical. Plus you're gonna have the gym rat badge, which adds plus 5 to all those attributes, y'all. This build, I truly believe, will become a meta build. I truly believe a lot of people will be running this build because a lot of people do not know how to dribble, and they don't like to, if I'm being honest. But let's get into the finish of making this build. If you want to be more of a slasher, by all means pick slasher takeover. If you want to lock people up more, by all means pick lockdown takeover. And y'all see the build name. We get the two-way finish, y'all, with comparisons of Clyde, Jaylen Brown, and Zach LaVine, y'all. If y'all watched this entire video through, I just want to say thank y'all so much for your amazing support. Be sure to drop a sub button if you're new. Y'all are all welcome to join the Rich Gang family. Be sure to drop a like on this video. You know, help me out. You know, it helps me out a little bit. And again, y'all, just want to say thank y'all so much for your amazing support. With all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich